So hello and welcome back to our little early game discussion. I want to try and wrap this up today, and for that purpose I've moved forward just a little bit. I played 7 turns offline in fact. I delayed the archers just as I said I would. I built some slingers. And if you remember, we were going to go for the terracotta army, but when we researched the tech, we were still missing a social policy, which we are about to get next turn. And in order to get that thing and sort of maximize our potential to get it, I've looked at this city-state quest over here, where we got to build 4 lodges. And I've built 2 of them already. And no, there's one here. And the capital is going to finish exactly on a turn that we can start the terracotta army. And then 2 turns later, we're going to get them in Kagoshima and Tokyo. And then we get 106 hammer production bonus. And the terracotta army itself is not an awful lot, it's only 200. So there is a good chance that we get it. For some unknown reason, Pocatello declared on me. We've got nothing but positive modifiers. Maybe somebody brought them, maybe Attila. I'm not sure, but it's a bit annoying. We've got those scouts running around here. And I haven't upgraded my guys yet. So I'm gonna have to do that in a minute. I paid for this lodge here, so that we can get it in 3 turns. Got some money I can... next turn, we're also gonna get calendar, and then we can upgrade our slingers. It's gonna cost us 40 gold. And then we also, just before that, we researched bronze working. Somebody mentioned in comments that we don't even know where iron is. That was absolutely true. And all that we are doing in this game is not perfect. Some of the choices are sort of deliberate. If you remember in an earlier episode, I sort of said, oh yeah, we're Japan, we got dojos, we got samurais, we're gonna conquer the world. Most of you will probably have noticed that it was a bit ironic how I said it, right? But I wanted to go with it and just have a little discussion about what happens if you do. So here we got a social policy, that is that one, that is also good, because now we're gonna get signs from kills, and when we kill somebody with a melee unit, we're gonna get a heal out of it. Let's just promote a couple of guys. They're all on level 1. And I don't know where the other guy, scout is gone. He must be somewhere here. Let's try and get those improvements finished. It's building a road he can carry on. Getting work up here. We do have some iron there. And there's some more up here, which the city said, yeah, is corrupted already. So that's actually pretty poor. There's another one down. That's actually 4. No good way to get it. Wait, we've got a great general which is sort of imminent. I can have a look here. So 12 XP we need. One way of getting that iron is to pay for those 2 tiles here and pop the general here. That will claim that tile. It would also forever shut off this this whole access here. It also piss off Manila. And see, there's a quest here for a trade route. We should make a quick detour to trade so we can get a caravan and then get back to ironworking and sort of head for our dojo. We might want to pick up buffs first to get extra culture. and then go this route. The sort of thing we are sort of anticipating so much. There's an immortal. If we could get the alliance here before we go to war with Attila, that would be good. So let's start a terracotta army. And he finished that improvement. And we can never gonna hit that guy anyhow. Might just bring that guy here for an upgrade. There's our scout. I'm also bringing him back for the war. He's a double medic meanwhile. So he's going to be useful, and in combination with the Fountain of Youth, you're going to be healing plenty. And we can also pillage a trade route or two. For 70 XP is quite a bit. We can get another 10 or so by going up here. 11. So I really want to accelerate this just a little bit. So I want the last sort of bigger thing I want to talk about is warfare. And then we're going to compare our run here to the other one I did, choosing progress instead of authority, where I have a save file prepared on turn 100. And we're going to look at that, and then we're going to talk about Japan a little bit and what I think, or how I think it should be played. What is this one here? Oh, +1 faith on shrines, that's good. Religion in 7 turns. At turn 89, it's reasonable. There's nobody sort of really crazy in here, like Ethiopia or the Celts, Spain, I don't know. And we got it. Cool. We can't go here, I don't think. Okay, we got the terracotta army, so we're gonna get even more culture from Celts. Talking about culture, we got barracks and walls coming up. And somebody also mentioned the goddess of protection. It's sort of a neat idea because the person argues that since we're building barracks and walls everywhere anyway, we'd sort of get a double benefit out of it. And the second thing it does, it lets your units heal an extra 10 HP in friendly land. When you go conquering, you spend most of the time in enemy territory, right? Unless you sort of retreat units to your own lines to heal, but the problem with it is it doesn't give you religion. It's too slow, right? Because you're not going to build barracks and walls immediately, whereas the workboats we got as our second tech, and then afterwards we go on different things before we go to military theory here. So the tech itself would be delayed, and then building the barracks just a little bit more, and then you only get the one faith, right, in every city. So that is not enough to get a religion, because you need to get up to, say, at least +18 here in order to get the religion before turn 100. So now we need money. Can upgrade, so we can upgrade our units here. I might do this one in case there's that scout running around here. What are we on? Turn 83. I really want to play quickly now. Also sort of don't want to mess it up completely. And also, in about 70 minutes from now, there's a rugby match on. England are playing New Zealand, and it's gonna be, we're gonna stream it on YouTube somewhere. And rugby is sort of my passion. It's, even as a German, I spent some time in Great Britain and I fell in love with the game. It's really, really amazing. It's tough, but it's fair, it's respectful. Fans are proper fans. You sort of laugh, sing, and sort of agonize over the game together. Never any trouble. It's just like family sort of a thing. So I gotta work her up here. I hope he's safe. And maybe I'll do another detour up here to get some more XP. There's some more tiles to be revealed. Osaka. Do want to get arenas now because it's culture. It also gives 2 production to our barracks. What we really do need is a caravan. In fact, I might get that first. It's 5 turns and the watermill is super strong. Oh. Okay, I like that. And you finish the road and you that. Next, it's moving a spearman up. And usually before you go to war, you should really have a look at the terrain in the area where the most combat is likely to occur. I'm gonna do that in a minute. It's just gonna keep that guy here so he can guard our workers. We need a road here for the city connection. And I don't know where that guy is gone. I'll just bring him back just in case he attacks first. So, number 5 XP. So over here, we want to declare on Attila. Because we really want to start taking advantage of the policy here. And now that we got a terracotta army, we want to get as much culture as we can. So the terrain here, first of all, there's sort of this pretty large lake here. So is he going to send units here? He's going to lose movement here. He can get into the water. He can get off here, but it's awkward, right? And he's going to get shot at as soon as he reaches either of those 2 towns. So the other way, he could come at us, and that's one thing we're gonna trust on, right? We're gonna declare on him, we trust on him to come to us. Even though we want to conquer him, the first thing you want to do is sort of kill his units. And you're gonna have to. He's gonna have loads of units here, bound to have, because he's got Persepolis as a pretty close neighbor. So he's gonna have at least 10, 12, 14 units. The more the better, because you want to get the science and the culture. And more than that, you want to get your promotions. I talked about that last time, just a little bit. So we want him to come up onto that hill. So whatever unit it is, unless it's sort of a horse unit, is going to lose all movement. And we can have archers on those 2 tiles. Gonna shoot him twice, damage him. And if he comes further, we could have another 2 archers shooting him and probably kill him. That's what we want to do. And then we want to get a range. Once we get the range, we can put a unit here and shoot the city and get ever more experience. And that is really the most important thing, is to keep getting XP. That's why I like the range better than the barrage, because there's situations where you can't shoot, right? And then your logistics doesn't help you. And the terrain is still not very favorable. But the first stage is just about getting XP. We don't need to capture any cities, unlikely that we can. If we want to start the assault in earnest, we want to build roads here. And that is one of the most crucial parts in warfare, offensive as well as defensive. You need to be able to use all your units effectively, right? And in order to do that, you need mobility. And in order to get mobility, you need roads, right? You can have like horse archers or skirmishers, even they don't do a lot of damage. If you get 3 of them doing damage every single turn, because they can move in and out because you have roads, they will accumulate more and more XP. And then you can take maybe logistics on them, and you will create great generals, which you're gonna need, because very often you want to place some citadels to gain access to a crucial tile, or maybe allow you to build more roads into a certain area, right? So so that's the first wars. It's all about XP, mobility, preparing. And preparing also means looking at the city-states around. Like this one here, we can get across, not up there now. Okay, that guy is going away. Let's just keep this guy here for a minute. A bit low on money. It would be cool if we could sell some whales to someone. We need to upgrade 2 more warriors, and then we might also want to build some more units. Once we get that iron, we're going to get a couple of swordsmen. Oh, by the way, I think I talked last time or in the second episode that some people don't start wars until much later, and there's also a good reason for that. So this guy, he's just gonna help the road down here. He didn't want to go, he's gonna get punished for it. I might even kill him next turn because he's got nowhere to go, has he? If he dips into the ocean, we're gonna shoot him. Unless he gets like 2 movement and goes here. The reason people often don't is because they want to take advantage of the armory or the dojo in our case, right? So we get like barracks, and then we get the dojo, and then if you also got orders, when you get your religion, then you get free buildings from which you get extra XP for new units, right? So it's an argument that you wait until then, instead of building units early that have no promotion, then you start a war and it's going to take ages to level them up, right? But you can do it either way, it's fine. So let's... He did find a spot here. Very clever you are. Gonna go here. I'm gonna try and trap this guy. Okay, a road is done, and then let's go here. And this guy we can promote. See, those guys only got 1 promotion. Then again, it doesn't take an awful long time to get a level 3. Arguably, I should not have built them, at least until we get orders from our religion next turn. Turn 89 is okay. So this guy, can we finally trap him now? And, oh, what, he's sending an archer, seriously? He's gonna embark, isn't he? Go here. So that road, I'm gonna have the road over the river, even though it doesn't help much in the beginning. And we got a catapult gifted, it must be from Mbanza, Congo. I'd also like to ally them, but another 58 we're not gonna get. So, siege. Why did he declare? He's not even... Where is he, in fact? He's down here somewhere, isn't he? Oh, oh no, he might be here, in fact. Much closer. Let's move him over there. Okay, the caravan. Can we send it to Manila from here? Can. Okay, I want to get that alliance. Unfortunately, we haven't got horses. Our closest horses are over there. Don't really I mean, there's another good city location here, but you don't have too many cities when you go on authority. And somebody also mentioned that we might have founded that city up on that hill here. That is certainly also a decent location, no doubt about it. This one is, I feel it's a little bit safer. It's sort of strategically well placed between those two, and sometimes you gotta be a little bit devious, right? So you want to encourage the AI to settle here, right? And then you just destroy the city and get your bonuses from it. Pretty sure he's got a caravan going through here. We should upgrade this guy before we start, and I'd like to finish the war with Pocatello here. I don't know what he had in his tea this morning. And he spawned over there. Does it make any difference? How many religions have gone? Oh, none. Okay. So we're first. That's what I say. There's no crazy people in here. Usually Morocco gets it earlier though. We can bring this guy to the capital. 3 turns. Let's do that. I sort of get. It's better to have it there. And converting the capital is also a bit of a pain. He's taking his. Oh, come on. And this guy. You know, I was tempted to bring that guy over here. Let's just stick to our plan. Okay, Spearman needs to swap with this guy. You need to be on the hill. And we can get a little bit more XP and then we're gonna come down. Okay, we got iron as well. That city is a bit poor, right? The poor terrain. There's a unique luxury, do we need to improve it? And then capital. And do that. And no, they want a trade route. Where do we get the next one? We get one from currency and one from sailing, where we don't really want to go. But also get a scrivener's office. We get a free. We can't, in fact, because we have research to take out. I'm going to talk about that later. Sort of bypassing things here. The scrivener's office is something that will always pop up as a quest here. There's a new building quest to 5 councils. Okay, we do want to do that. And that's a cultured city-state. That's pretty good. And we're gonna get that general very soon. It's not gonna get us too much. Anti-free culture is good though. It's 4.5 turns. Okay, that guy can build a mine on here. Turn 90. Caesar gives us money. Okay, we helped him earlier as well. Yeah, that guy is just getting on my tits. Okay, can we kill him? Okay. So we get extra culture now. 10 from the terracotta army and 10 from our social policy. I'm gonna bring that archer over there. And that guy. And the caravan. Oh, it's going a different way, okay. Oh, there is one, but we gotta wait. No, we don't, because we got that. Lines and... Yeah, that up here is a bit of a problem. Should we had something about 20 influence only. 58. If we declare now, those guys are gonna come down here. Which will be okay. Get a couple of swordsmen here. We're gonna delay the swordsman until we get an order here. It's a shame it's not enough to get an alliance here. Okay, great prophet. We're gonna found a religion. Turn 92. It might have been 89 if we done it over there. So Shintoism, Japan, sure thing. So our founder belief is gonna be. I'm not gonna talk about these too much now. It's something you should read carefully for all of those, and then think about the things you want to do in the game, right? And then sort of find a thing that fits best into your strategy, right? So here we got a thing, hero worship. So we get 5 golden age points when we conquer a city, as well as great general and admiral points, depending on what we capture. That of course ties in with our unique ability. So we can turn that basically into great artist, writer, and musician points. And then unlocks this whatever thing. Plus 15% military unit production, which is quite nice. And then 5 production from holy sites. And we might actually get quite a few of those. If we accumulate a lot of faith through orders, we can use the holy sites to get culture and production. So we're going to do that, and then again, there's a whole list of things here. Choose what you need in your game, right? If you like, as I said last time, if you got like tile improvements which give you science and things, or if you're Babylon, you got extra science from the Great Wall of Babylon, or because you get a free scientist when you research writing, you might be lacking culture, right? So you can look for culture here, and you'll find churches, which is also the building which gives you the most faith. It's 4, and then it gives you 2 culture. It's also the one that gives you the greatest pressure boost, 40%. All the other ones are 25%. Cathedrals are also interesting. 2 faith, 2 gold is good, and then I'm gonna have a look how many pastures, quarries, and farms you have. You do have quite a few, but if you go into war, orders are just the best. Alright, so you get a 2 faith flat, then 3 faith when you kill somebody, plus 15 XP for new units, and additional city hit points, which is good, and combat strength. And the rest is sort of irrelevant. Oh no, the bottom, -1 unhappiness from distress, is of course a nice thing. So we get that, and then we're gonna purchase an order immediately in the capital. Then afterwards we're gonna get a missionary. And we're gonna build our military units here. General is gonna go over here. You can send him unescorted. The scout is dead. And that's gonna take 7 turns, so we're gonna have to do something in between here. We need 5 councils for the next bonus. And this one gives us science and production, which is always good. So it's much better than the council, right? Both of them give one science, and we haven't got access to libraries which come after councils anyhow. So we're gonna put that one in there. We've got some money. I'll upgrade this guy in a minute. Osaka got the arena, that is good. They can all. Why are we not working this one here? Don't want to grow too much. I'm saying we don't want to grow too much. I'm putting it on a 4 food talbot. What I mean by that, I prefer the 1 gold just over the 1 food here. And we are going to get the forge. And we got another catapult gifted. It's a little bit unfortunate that it doesn't come in a few turns later in the capital, but it's okay, we take it. And suddenly we got a small army here. And this guy, come back and help, and look at that. Well, he might be sending him up here to grab the iron or something. Or overlooked this one, in fact. Road is done. What does he want? Who are your friends? Friends with Poland and the Shoshone. That's actually good. I might actually convince him to peace out here. You sort of look for alliances or friends of friends. So that'll keep our back clear. And is he gonna die if I put him in the city? As long as he hasn't got a melee unit, he can't capture it. Oh, he's getting the promotions. In that case, I should have put him in the city before I shot. Before I used city bombardment, but because he adds damage output. So that guy down here. We're just gonna wait a second till we get some units in here. We can get up to 75 XP from combat with city-state units. That's 3 promotions in a bit. Lacking missing then 25 to get to level, or the 4th promotion, which is usually the crucial one. I don't think we're going to improve that wine here. Let me get that guy down here somewhere. Maybe the others. Yeah, well, I don't know. Medic. We might not. We shouldn't need a medic up here. Could have found maybe if we got our friendly territory here. Okay, he's gone. Upgrade that guy. Lumber mills in 6 turns. So we're gonna play a few more turns, and then I wanna start watching the rugby as well. And have a little summing up here. He's got 2 promotions. I'd love to have him on the other side, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not gonna carry on playing this game. It's just a little bit too all over the place. By the way, we can have a little look around here. Shoshone 19 ticks, Poland 20, Morocco 19, and then we're on 14. So 6 ticks behind. We can get another workboat here for quite a few hammers, and then get the forge as well, and maybe walls to be on the safe side. And here, we might also get this thing here before we build our swordsman, which is not going to happen today anyhow. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we're missing that promotion now. The one, it's, what is it called? It's Trailblazer free. The one you always take if you don't go fishing in the beginning. So you can embark and hop from island to island, right? Just have a little look around. We go the other way. The border's gonna expand, not anytime soon. So we're gonna build roads over here because we haven't got the lighthouse. And that guy come back for more punishment. Oh, there might even be a camp up there. Let's send a guy. And I'm not gonna hit him in the hope that he doesn't pillage the iron because he doesn't need to, because he's not damaged, right? Oh, look at that. Give us 10 turns. Why did he take damage from this guy? That's a bit of a shame because we can't build our swordsman in. I mean, that guy is pretty close by, so he's gonna pillage anyhow. I can't prevent it, so I might as well damage him now, and then I think the chances are he's gonna pillage and run away. And then we're just gonna have to repair him. He didn't, did he? What? Thanks, buddy. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So, road. Turn 98. So he got only 2 cities. He is really in a rough spot here. So Rome doesn't like him already. since they ask us to join in a war here. Keep this guy hidden behind so he can't see me. Or he can't see me because there's borders here. Okay, road is done here. Go down here. There's a camp here, okay. Maybe you can take care of that. Explore a little bit at the same time. 299, okay. Osaka. Forge. I think we can start on those councils now. We want one in every city. We might delay the wards here. Yeah. So we got the order, we got the heroic epic coming up. We're losing money. Maybe. Maybe because we're building quite a few roads here, which are not leading anywhere at the moment. That's why often people sort of pre-build roads. It doesn't matter for our purposes here. It's just a bit annoying because I can't pay for the heroic epic now. You can stay here. Just should have a look first what's inside here. That is a swordsman. He might just kill my archer. Oh, I went to turn to 4. Peace treaty. Okay, we can do that. Okay. So turn 100. I want to stop this here. So what I would do now is I declare on this guy. He's lost already, so we're gonna declare on him. We're gonna let him move his units on the hill, like I said. I'm gonna get a couple of swordsmen and maybe get the trebuchets some level ups up here because the city-state is gonna move units in here. So we want to get some XP for our units and try to get the odd kill for the culture and the science. Obviously down here we're gonna connect our cities up, which is gonna take care of our unhappiness. Improved tea, which is a unique luxury. That would get us over 50%, which is quite crucial so we don't get a negative combat modifier. And yeah, that is just about it for the short term. Just have a look now, because here we're on 15 techs. Just want to write that down for a second. 15 techs, we're on 4 social policies, almost 5. And we got 5 cities. And we got a religion, okay? So, in this game, right, as I mentioned earlier, we sort of said, okay, with Japan, we've got dojos, which is a super armory, we've got samurai, so it's all about this tech. And we're gonna go authority, and we're gonna look to conquer things. That's what I was sort of saying at the beginning, right? And accordingly, we took mainly techs in the bottom half of the tech tree. And we're sort of hoping to get to steel quickly and then start conquering, right? So, looking at it now, we're on turn 100. And we're nowhere near steel. We need mathematics, engineering, and then another 19 turns, and then we can get steel. And then we're gonna get our samurai. He's got 25 combat strength, which is quite a bit. But the question is he... I mean, he is essentially, look at this, he's as strong as a tertiary, right? So he's a really, really strong unit. Is he enough to conquer cities? That's something we'd have to find out, right? It'd certainly take the drill promotion. I don't think we can... can we actually? Yeah, we can take a look at drill, right? So when we get our samurais, and later we get the barracks, the dojo, that's 40 XP, and I think we get another 15 from the orders, so we get to drill 2 and sort of reasonably close to drill 3. And then we could sort of try and attack cities. But in the meantime, we've taken authority, and up until now we have not benefited at all from, or other than killing barbarians and maybe one scout of Pocatello. We didn't get any science or culture from our social policies here, right? And that is a problem, in my opinion. Let's load the other game, by the way. Let's load the other game up right here. So what I'm saying is it's maybe not worth going authority if you can't take advantage of it right early in the game, right? Because as I mentioned last time, in the other social policies, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to kill nobody. When you go to tradition or progress, you get the benefits from those social policies here all the time. So this game we also on turn 100. Here we are on 17, effectively 18 ticks, right? So we're 3 ticks ahead of the other game. We've got our 5th social policy already, and the next one is 42 turns away, but it isn't because we get 10 culture. So every time we build, we get a building here. And as for our ticks here, and this one I've taken trade, I've taken writing, even mathematics, which we haven't any other one. So I took, and even sailing, right? I took 3 ticks, which I didn't do in the authority game. And I'm exactly those 3 ticks ahead, right? And in this game also, I'm also getting attacked by Pocatello for some reason. Maybe for the same reason that somebody bribed him into it. We've also got 2 extra cities here. So we get more overall production. That might be important later when you sort of want to have, if you want to have more say in the World Congress. More cities, more production, more chance of getting military units or any units like an emissary or something. More cities also mean more city connections. And here we're also using lighthouses, and we're getting them quite early, right? So we don't need to build expensive roads. So we're making much more money. Look at this, we're making 53 gold. In the other game we were just now on -6, right? There's another lighthouse coming here. And we're going to have lighthouses in those 2 cities as well. So we're making money, and we're also gaining the free gold and signs from our city connections. And We also got a religion. We've got it on turn 91 in here as well. Exactly the same, which is sort of reasonable because we're sort of building the same buildings. Didn't go shrine first in those cities over here. And we're only going to prepare for later. We're going to prepare for war when we get our dojos, right? And dojos is also going to give us a science boost. In the meantime, I've got libraries. I could build them. I haven't done it yet, but I could get them fairly quickly, and then I could lock the specialist, and then together with the dojos, which are generating 5 science, it's an awful lot. We can catch up in tech quite quickly. In fact, we're not even that far behind here. We're only like 3 or 4 ticks behind. And we're sort of literally level with Attila. What are we also doing differently? We've got 2 trade routes. So I was able to get a couple of quests done. I'm sending trade routes to Persia. So we get money, science, and culture from them, which is good. So we're much quicker overall, and I think we're not just quicker, we're also more solid. And then when we start the military stuff, our infrastructure is going to be really, really good. We're going to have more buildings, and we're going to have more money. So it's a different approach, right? But I've chosen the progress approach, because I felt that our unique stuff that allows us to go conquering is coming in too late to go authority first, right? Because we're missing out on the benefits of the opener, and this one in particular. So in this game, I would finish progress. There's a whole lot of happiness here. And then I would go into authority, and I'd go down the right-hand side. Because you want to get the science from kills, and then you also, when you summarize kill things, you want them to get the heal. And then this one is the one that gives you more happiness and culture, and more gold again, right? And then afterwards, you do this thing, those 2 things, if you want to finish it. You can also lock your cities on 9 pop until you get honor, and then you let them get to 10 pop, and you get the free unit, and which is going to be a samurai. It's going to be the strongest unit, right? So that's things you can do. Which is sort of also my summing up of Japan in a way. As I said before, the unique ability Oda here, it's a sort of a thing that you tend to ignore either the first or the second part, right? So, but because you got the dojo and the samurai, because you're sort of a military Sith, so I'd go for the military stuff and sort of take that as a bonus. Unless maybe, I don't know. Unless you have different terrain and different neighbors. If there was a lot of open flat terrain here, and you had maybe Austria as a neighbor, then you could argue that you should go authority first and just attack her with archers and spearmen. More than enough against Austria. And then you could, if you wanted to, go authority into artistry. And sort of, if you want to maximize your culture output, maybe. It's an idea. And that brings me sort of to the last thing I want to do in this little early game discussion. And it's just 5 minutes short of the hour, so whatever you want to do with Japan, or any Civ for that matter, is different in every game. Even though you can have the same idea, it's still absolutely affected by the terrain where you find yourself, right? Like here, it's pretty cool actually, because you got a pretty large backyard where you can do whatever you like. Settle your output cities first, right, and then decide how many cities you want to have in your own backyard. But it really, this overall strategy is going to be defined by the terrain and by your neighbors, right? And here it is defined in a way that we got a civ with very strong early unit, you know, they got the immortals and they got rough terrain. There's absolutely no way we can conquer them. If anything, we want to avoid being conquered by them. If they send a whole lot of immortals early, you're struggling. It could be slightly different. You could have Attila on that side here. Maybe if there was more land here, and let's say you have Attila's called somewhere over here. And maybe you got Askia over here. And then you know you're going to be doomed, right? Because you're going to be attacked from two sides. You know it because Attila is, he's a warmonger, right? He always goes authority, always looks to attack somebody. And if he's only got you as a neighbor, he is going to attack you. So you best prepare for it. Probably by going authority. One nice thing about authority is that it gives you a hammer with each policy that you unlock there. So that helps you with the military production. And again, that terrain here is not, it's not brilliant for attacking either, right? Pretty difficult to bring sort of siege units in here. There's a hill protecting that city. There's a rough terrain, so getting somebody into position without getting shot at, or it's pretty easy to defend, right? You can have ranged units on here. So you're certainly not going to attack somebody with archers and slingers and make any inroads, unless you want to do what I said in the other day you should do. Attack or start a war early and just gain some XP. Don't look to conquer, sit back and get your range or indirect fire. And then later when you're going for the serious war, you take advantage of those promotions. You can attack city-states as well. You should do. If you want to go to conquering, you need to get some XP, and then if there's nobody else around or somebody too scary, attack a city-state. You churn out a few units, you get some gifted from other civs, and then you can do some shooting here. So, that should be the end of my little early game guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it just a little bit. And if you got sort of any suggestions for a let's play, I might do one. So those little episodes, if I keep them short, they're sort of quite sweet and reasonably enjoyable. Yeah, I might do that. So if you got an idea, or if you want to know about a certain civ or so, let me know in the comment sections. And I'm gonna watch some rugby now. I wish you all the best, guys. Bye bye. Until next time.